things that you need to prepare yourself to be ready.
This is what I was alluding to before, sort of a checklist of things to have what we call in a data room. A data room is effectively a fancy way of saying you've got a file there that is password permission that you can share with a potential investor that would highlight all of the things that they wanted to look at. This isn't necessarily down the crowdfunding path. Someone coming in and investing $1,000 in your company doesn't need to see this. But if someone who's looking at, let's say a 6-figure amount, may want to say, listen, can I have a look at your shareholders agreement or your constitution? I'd love to see your financials for the last 2 years, audited or unaudited, or at least signed off. What's your capital structure look like? I'll give you an example. We're working with a company at the moment who only, last week we said, listen, let's go out this week with your raise. How many shares have you got on issue? I've got 10 shares on issue worth $1.4 million each. It's like, well, we need to change the capital structure around. We need to have a share split done with ASIC. So you need to get all that stuff done where you're issuing a whole heap of shares split down to $1. So when you're going to raise capital, you haven't got each share worth 1.4 million. The thing that's going to take the longest for you, if everything's sort of, running along and you can put your hand on a lot of those things, yes, I've got good financials. Yes, I've got a constitution or shareholders agreement. Yes, we're very good at planning and we do know our business strategy. We have revenue. It's working. I know what my go-to-market strategy is. I know what my business model is. I can easily, change that. I can show that, given the last 6 months, I've pivoted due to COVID. We're now a COVID beneficial business or a COVID agnostic business. You don't want to be raising capital where you haven't got a clear strategy or page in your IM or your offer document that talks about how you're dealing with COVID and how you're benefiting from COVID. That fifth point there, the detailed pitch deck or investor video, they'll take the longest thing to work out. And that's where you need to really showcase your point of differentiation. You boil that pitch deck or that video down even further to, and this is the next point, the 6th point there, down to maybe 3, maximum 4 key messages or value propositions that are going to entice an investor to come in. And that's where we help out with sort of, the copywriting. We've got a deal going live this morning. It's a medicinal cannabis company raising 2.5 million. This is a crowdfunding campaign. It's taken us, I'd say, 6 weeks to help them with their pitch deck and with their investor video. And we have boiled down their key messaging down to certain things, down to 3 or 4 different value propositions that are going to go out to investors to entice the investor just to get to their offer page to then look at some more details on that company. What does the offer page do? The offer page then entices that investor to watch their video, maybe potentially read their pitch deck, depending on their level of investment, and then ultimately bid or make an investment into that company. The data room is predominantly for wholesale and VC or venture capital private equity investors. This is the list. Thank you, Mark. This is a list of things you want in that data room. We're looking here at the middle section, set up a data room.